Hello and welcome to the Stateside Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouser 007, where we play American Truck Simulator. So, we're in Reading, and we're going to fuel up, and we're going to repair, and then we're going to sleep. Actually, let's add that. Boom. And then we're going to select ourselves a new job. So let's get the hell on with it, shall we? I am wondering whether we're still lumbered with this stupid business where the brake is constantly on, and I think that is what our issue is. Our issue is that we can't get the brake to stop being on, and I don't know why. Have we got our lights on? Yeah, we did. We got our lights on. So let's keep the speed right. Oops, sorry, jumping around because I'm trying to get myself in position. There we go. Yeah. Alright. So we're probably gonna miss that green. Yeah, we're gonna miss that green. That's alright. California police. So it's boiling hot in the United Kingdom. Let's get some fuel in. Let's do that now. Bit urgent with the brakes. Alright, engine off. Let's fuel up. So it's $2.83 per gallon, and we're putting 129.17 gallons for $366. Right, let's go get repaired. There's nothing coming that way. And the wing mirror was right in our way. So yes, I had a bit of a nightmare last week with my the audio recording. I touched my microphone while I was driving, and then I heard the fatal bing bong of oh, hello. I've passed it, have I? Have I passed it? No. The fatal bing bong. I lost the audio. So yes, that was fun. Actually, what I've forgotten to do is I've forgotten to turn on my Audacity, and it's too late now. Ooh, hello. Turn on my Audacity recording because it's a good way of seeing whether the audio recording is working or not. Right, engine off. Let's service this little beastie. So, engine 0% for $294, transmission 0% for $61, chassis 0% for $141, cabin 0% for $88, and wheels 4% for $207. Total to pay $200. Okay. That seems legit. You will notice that there is considerably less cash in my bank balance. That will be because I bought 2 trucks and recruited 2 drivers. I can sleep here. Alright, so let's oh, hello. I'm gonna get some rest. Oh, okay. I could only do 2. All right, so we've got a load more money. Right. So let's get ourselves a job. Freight market. We are in Reading. Oh, we've been to Tucson. We've been to Holbrook. Ooh, yep, we've been to Holbrook. We've been to Las Vegas, San Diego, Elko, Oxnard, Barstow, Ely, Los Angeles, Elko, San Francisco, Huron, San Francisco. Alright, so we're just going to go with the big bucks. We're going to take this digger, this digger 500, weighing 16,500 pounds from Reading, California to Tucson, Arizona. Tucson. From Tucson for $57,899. Actually, just before that, let's just check that there's not a cargo we fancy. No. Alright, so bitumen to bitumen. Let's set that as our GPS. Right. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Oh, I know. Turn my lights off. Didn't want to do that. Alright, so we're going left to get our load. So, Tucson. It's been a little while since I drove. I kind of had an absolute disaster last week. I recorded an ETS, Eurotruck journey, and I lost the audio about 10 minutes in. 10 minutes from the end, which doesn't sound like a tremendous, but I'd had a bad time. I'd had a crash towards the end of that journey, and then the following day I go to edit the footage and there's no audio at the end. It's just right, so bitumen is our no, it's not there. It's in here. Here we go. There's the green thing. Right, let's use their archaic system to collect the journey. Let's take the job. Right, so where is... There it is. You can see, yeah, just right in the centre of the screen now. So, we'll swing round. Ugh, the brakes are on hard. That's the trouble. And I don't know why the brakes are on. I There we go, right. Coupling. Let's go. Oh, we're off. Actually, I probably should have gone the other way. Hey, Jeff! Nothing coming, so let's motor! Right. So, we have just under 41 hours. We've got a rest in 13. It should take us 26. So, we put our foot down. We should probably make up a couple of hours on that, which gives us a couple of hours. We've got 40 hours. It doesn't matter. But if we put our foot down, and it gives us the opportunity to just make one rest stop, and there we go. and not have to worry about a second rest stop. Although I might actually do a second rest stop anyway. Oh, I came through the door from work and I just needed a beer, so I'm having one beer, just one beer. An IPA from a Scottish brewery called Brewdog. If you don't know what an IPA is, it's an Indian Pale Ale. It's an ale that the British created while they were in India based on hops that they were growing out there. So it's a slightly different taste from British ale, from a normal pale, and an Indian Pale Ale is a little different, but it's referred to as an IPA. And it's nice. It's got a little bit of bitterness about it, which is quite nice. I screwed the pooch on that exit. Oh, hello, coppers. I could do 70 though, so... Well, I can actually... No, I can only do 55. Alright, no problem. We'll see what we can do. It's bizarre. I do not understand why I do so well in American truck and so badly in Euro truck, and why I despair at the performance of this truck. Oh god, okay. We're going up a hill. I think... Oh, that's that awful... open top load, which moves, and I think has contributed to at least 3 or 4 of my accidents in my SCS trucking career. Oh, yummy, yummy IPA. Oops, sorry. Twitching. So, easy. Speeding. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's gone up to 1,000. Bastards. Yeah. Got an itchy eyebrow, but if I put my hand in front, then it's my right eyebrow, which is right by the... Oh, come on, seriously? Is that cop behind me? Let's just ease off just a bit. Maybe we should stick to the speed limit. I've lost $2,000 already. I'm not quite sure why we're stuck at 55. There you go. So trying to keep it at 55, that's the other thing. So yes. So because I had a little bit of a disaster last week, I kind of lost momentum, which is a bit unprofessional. And I wanted to understand why the microphone... I still, to be honest, I didn't, but I'm taking a risk. And it might be that this audio you're not hearing now, and I have to do another voiceover. And if that's the case, then that's the case. But I was kind of very disheartened. I was trying to understand what was going on. I didn't understand. I sort of do. The microphone. I moved the microphone, and it moved the connection. Oh, come on! Where's this fucking police car? Oh, he's right behind me. I can see him. $3,000. So our 57,000 has been eked to. Well, actually, no, we'll probably earn that back in from our drivers. Yeah, in fact, Donald T has given us some money, so that's brought us right back up to 116, and he's leveled up. So yes, it moved the microphone moved, and it moved the connection, and the computer decided it was no longer connected, and it wouldn't. Yeah. I heard a bing bong. To be honest, I really realised what it was going on when I listened to the audio at the end of the recording where the actual microphone disconnected, and you can hear a boding, and that told me that it lost. Oh, come on! Seriously? Really? Right, that's it. I'm going to drive at 20 just to piss you off. I want rid of you. Go away, stupid cop car. Thank you. Bugger off. Alright, what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, when I was editing, I discovered what I think has happened. So I'm being very careful with the microphone and its connection. I need to up my my audio game. It's not good enough, but the trouble is the cost of replacing a £40, $50 USB, cheapo USB mic plugged directly into the computer, I might add. I can't justify a £50 to £100. Oh, I've got to go into this next weighing station. No, I'm good. I can bypass. Although I might. Will I get it? I don't think I'll get it if I drive past it, will I? Oh no, I got it, yeah. What was I saying? Yes, so a mixing board, a proper mic, and so the mic's about 150 quid, and the mixing board's between 50 and 100 quid, depending on how far I want to go. And I can't justify 200 to 250 quid's worth of expenditure over the existing £34 mic that I've got now, when we've got stuff to spend our money on the house that we bought a year and a half ago. So yeah, I've kind of done most of the spending I'm going to be allowed to do, and I say allowed, I mean I'm involved in that allowed decision. I fully understand and recognise the absolute logic of getting our house sorted. So yes, it's not a case of me being an unwilling participant in this not spending money on gaming stuff. I'm fully on board with that. I can't spend $200 to $250 to up my audio game right now. What I might have to do is buy it in bits next year, but it's going to be next year. It's definitely not going to be this year, so unfortunately you're going to have to put up with the subpar audio for at least another 5.5 months. Sorry about that. Sorry, weaving all over the road. Oh, I'm just deeply enjoying this beer. So I spotted a cop car and I'm just fed up of paying fines. Okay, so we're in Sacramento. Or rather, we're right next to Sacramento. I think we've discovered Sacramento. I don't know whether we've driven into it or dropped a load there, but we've definitely been by Sacramento. Right. So now we've dispensed with the beer. It's time to go to water, the more sensible option. Oh, I budged the mic. Sorry. Flipping up. I'm all over the shop here. Yes. So I will next year, I think, buy a mic I forget the connection. It's the big microphone connection, a Pro mic. Oh, do you know, I wish I could remember the socket type. But I can hear noises. I'm very suspicious. I'm a very paranoid and suspicious person when it comes to noises around my house. It might just be that something's been put through the letterbox. But I'm quite paranoid. Anyway, so where were we? I've completely lost my train of thought. Yes. Yes, next year we'll get a mixer. I mean, next year we will almost certainly have rearranged the room in which I am recording this, and as such there'll be more space and there'll be a different layout, and we'll have space for that's the other reason to not go with this mixing board and new mic setup, is I just haven't got anywhere to put all of this stuff. I just don't simply have the room. So it can wait until we've reorganised. Basically, if you're not familiar with the layout of British houses when it comes to plumbing, well, when it comes to the supply of water, there are two types of gas-heated water heating that supply both heating and hot water. There's what's called a condenser and what's called combi. Condenser condenser cannot cope with the water pressure of UK mains water. So what happens is the water has to go to a tank in the ceiling, in the loft of the house. Then the water is gravity fed into the boiler, and then the boiler pumps that newly heated water into a tank, usually on the same floor as the bathroom. In our case, the first floor. What Americans would call the second floor. What in the UK we call the first floor. In the UK we call the floor on the ground we call the ground floor, and then the next floor is called the first floor. In America they call the ground floor the first floor. So our first floor and American second floor, we have a big tank, whose job it is to hold hot water and to keep it there. Now we don't have our system switched on all the time. We have it set to come on at specific times. At the moment, in fact, we've got it set off completely because it's kind of tied into the heating, and given that it's unbelievably hot in the United Kingdom at the moment, we are not... oh, you swine. And now you speed up. Git. You should speed up. That's infuriating. Yeah. The other type, the combi boiler, is the kind that we want to change to. Now, our boiler, we're not just doing it willy-nilly. Our boiler needs to be replaced, and we are going from a condensing boiler to a combi boiler. Going from a condensing boiler to a combi boiler means that we can the combi boiler can handle mains water pressure, which means that we can get rid of the giant tank in the ceiling. It also, a combi boiler heats the water in a series of tightly woven copper pipes inside the boiler itself, so it supplies the hot water on demand rather than you having to turn the heating thing on, turning the hot water supply on to get the hot water. Which means that we can get rid of the hot water tank on our first floor, American second floor. which saves us space. Now the hot water tank on our first floor, American second floor, is in the same room I'm in, and it's a large cupboard. A large cupboard has been created specifically for this hot water tank, and it takes up a lot of space, and once it's gone, that space that will become part of the desk. We will fix a desk purpose built from end to end along one wall. That will relieve a lot of the problems I've got at the moment with fitting my PC into the room. At the moment it sits jammed into a tiny space, and it's trapped under a desk, which means it's sitting in its own dirty heat. Once we've fitted this desk, I'll be able to move the computer up. It will take up a portion of the desk space, but given the amount of desk space we're about to reclaim, it'll be absolutely nothing. It'll be a mere bagatelle. And that we will have lots of leg room and leg space. In fact, we'd be able to put drawers and stuff in cupboards and things, so that's good. What it does mean is also, at the moment, when I'm done with the driving, I have to disassemble the wheel. It can't live where it is. And I kind of like to be able to sort of just loosen it and slide it all along. So that's what I would like to do. But we'll see. Those things are very much in the air, up in the air, and that won't happen till next year anyway. But this, our most immediate concern, is replacing our kitchen floor. We had a leak in the way our British 1980s new builds. There's a concrete foundation, and then there's several layers of bricks, and then they put a wooden framework in, and then they brick the edges of that, and then on top of the wooden framework they put a membrane, a waterproof membrane, and then on top of the waterproof membrane they put chipboard. Chipboard is wood chippings in an adhesive. It looks ugly. It is hideous. It performs a function. We know it's chipboard because the vinyl kitchen flooring that we have tore when we were putting the washing machine in, and the previous owners, when they took their washing machine out, the old water supply to a washing machine in the United Kingdom was a hot tap and a cold tap, and it drew hot water from the hot tap and cold water from the cold tap. So hot water for the wash, cold water for the rinse. Modern washing machines include a heating element, which is much more efficient, and that heating element heats the cold water to make the wash, and then uses the cooled down water for initial rinse, and then uses it uses cold water to rinse. When they took the washing machine out, they ripped the tap of the cold water tap off. We didn't realise this, so we were using, let's get off this road, we were using the hot water tap on our brand new washing machine, which is actually quite bad. Luckily, we managed to always do washing when we didn't have the heating on. But it wasn't optimal, it really wasn't. And so we discovered this only when we discovered a leak. We discovered that the kitchen floor was spongy, and we're like, this is an interesting approach to kitchen flooring, having a spongy. Then we realised actually it wasn't all in one place, it was just around the washing machine and the sink, and initially we thought perhaps there was a leak in the sink, but there wasn't. Then we thought perhaps, hang on now, I still got plenty of time. Then we realised it was the washing machine. Then we pulled the washing machine out. We realised that in fact the tap that they'd ripped off, oh, I can go past this one as well. It's green. I got a green light on the weighbridge monitor. Yes, we realised that the tap was gone. In fact, there should have been 2 taps, and we'd been using the hot tap, which made us give pause until we sort of went back and realised that we hadn't had the heating and the washing machine on. Oh, sugar! Managed to avoid a fine there. Cool. We hadn't had the heating and the washing machine on at the same time, so we hadn't ruined our really expensive washing machine. But so and once we fixed the initial leak, put a cold tap on to the part of the plumbing that should have had a little, like a lever. I call it a tap, but it's a lever. The lever was missing. We put the lever on. We turned the cold tap, plumbed the washing machine into the cold water, not the hot water. Made sure the hot water was fully off and not dripping. And we thought, yeah, that's it. That should stop the thing. But when obviously there's water soaked into underneath the vinyl, between the vinyl and the chipboard, and it just travelled and it soaked up more. The chipboard soaked up more and more. We did have heaters on the chipboard to stop it, to evaporate the water. We peeled back the vinyl before at the other end of the kitchen, and had heaters on the flooring to try and stem the spread of the water into the chipboard, to stop it from reaching the living room. So we've managed to do that, but we've still got this spongy flooring, and we've now got a crack in our vinyl in the kitchen where the vinyl's been bent over while we were doing the... God damn it. Oh, it's behind me. Son of a gun. 6.5 hours. So that's my $4,000. That's $4,000 now. Oh, poor bugger's been stuck there for quite some time. So yes, all fun and games. Oh yes, lovely fresh water. So yes. Replacing the flooring is quite an expensive business. All of the white goods in the house have to be moved. All of the kitchen cabinets that touch the floor have to be removed. The countertop has to be removed, which will inevitably destroy it, which means that we have to replace the countertop. All of this means that it's about £3,500 to repair the kitchen floor. It takes a day to get everything out, a day to replace the floor, and then a day to get everything back in. It turns out that the people doing the flooring don't actually move everything for you. You've got to bleed and move it. So also everything in the kitchen cabinets has got to come out. Every dish, every pan, every knife, everything has got to come out. They don't do that for you. You've got to do it yourself. So that's fun. Oh shit. Nearly missed that junction. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a cotton pick a minute. I could have left that. Oh, I'm so angry. Yep, I could have stayed on that bleeding road. It wouldn't have made a sodding bit of difference. Oh, I'm angry now. Why? Why does that bit of stupid road exist? What the actual hell? That's bonkers. What the... Okay. weaving all over because I'm checking the time, and I'm checking my phone for messages from the good lady wife, Mrs. Movie Scouse 007. I believe this might be the slow truck road. Or rather the slow truck lane. Yeah, the truck lane. Yeah, we're in the truck lane, slow vehicles only. We are indeed quite a slow vehicle. So, SCS have been continually putting... sorry, I didn't really truly reveal the full horror of... So yes, £3,500 to replace the floor, about £5,000 to do the boiler. We'll also have to have a radiator that's leaking fixed as well. So that's £8,000 that we've got to find from somewhere, and we don't know where the hell that's coming from. But anyway, SCS have showed more pictures and more updates for the New Mexico map. That's fantastic and everything, but that's not a date. Obviously, I think they're resisting the temptation to put a date because they're not 100% certain it's ready yet, and they don't want to say a date and then, you know, not be able to make that date. And that, to be honest, is absolutely fine. I do worry that I will be retired and collecting a pension before this flipping DLC is ready. But hey. Oh God, I'm so sweaty. Everything is... I've got a clean shirt and a clean pair of shorts on, and immediately they're drenched in sweat. I am one sweaty human being. So we're still in California, eh? We're not in Arizona yet. But that's okay. I am looking at how they're creating this map. Now, New Mexico's next. I reckon they're going to go north. I think if you imagine the states that they're going to be added to the game as a kind of a puddle, an expanding puddle. Crikey, weaving all over the shop. Then it will be like a kind of puddle, and they're sort of like they'll spiral across and then up and then up and maybe then down, you know, then across and then down and then maybe across and then up. I'm not 100% certain. I do hope that Oregon is next, but I fear it won't be. My US geography is not what it could be, but I think it's either Utah or Ohio that are next, or maybe Kansas. There we go. Ooh, we're on the city limits of Los Angeles. We've got 4 hours. I'm going to pick up some fuel, I think. Right, engine off. So do that again, $2.83, that's about standard. I would imagine they'll keep the prices the same from state to state. So 92.82 litres for $263. Alright, so just under 12 hours. We've got a nice full tank of fuel, which is good. Should we rest? No, I'm going to leave it. I might regret it, but I'm going to leave it. Might rest the other side of Los Angeles. No, we're not going that way. Come on, you know you want to. Come on. Yeah, we got a bit keen with our indicating there. This is what we wanted to indicate for. Oh, a loan installment. I'm wondering how far we are from paying off that loan. But my next mission is a bigger engine and a larger fuel tank, which I think means a longer chassis. So that's my next aim. I've got 2 drivers, 2 trucks. Sorry, I've got 3 drivers, 4 trucks, 4 drivers including me, obviously. So the Enterprise is off and running. We should start to make some coin now. Now we've got extra drivers. Our initial driver wasn't making a tremendous amount of coin, so our only hope is that our new drivers are a little bit more proactive about finding jobs and earning cash. Is my hope. So 3.5 hours to find a rest stop. That should be fine. You got an absolute crap load of fuel. We could do 858 miles. We've got 418 to do, so we've got double the fuel we need. Twice the fuel, double the fuel. What an idiot. Catastrophically awful English for a native speaker. Yes. So I do hope that this New Mexico DLC arrives relatively soon. I know I've still got 4 or 5 cities to visit. I've still got quite a large amount of the roadway network to revisit. Bear in mind that I lost all of my road network progress when they rescaled the map. So that's all gone, never to be rediscovered without driving it. Alright. I'm running out of time to find a... oh, that was fortuitous requirement to slow down. Running out of time to find a rest stop. Perhaps I should have stopped in Los Angeles. a shopping centre for sale. That's quite funny. So we're on the 10. Highway 10. Which is good. Ooh, I'm tired and sweaty. I find being hot both comforting and discomforting. I like not being cold. I like not being cold quite a bit, actually. But I don't like being sweaty and uncomfortable. I don't like my clothes sticking to me. But I prefer that than to being bundled in 20 layers and being sweaty because I'm overheating, because the clothes that I require to keep me warm are actually overheating me. But if I wear fewer clothes, that's an interesting design that I find absolutely grotesque. Yes, so I do quite like. I love the longer days. Oh, I love the longer days. Mrs. and I sat outside and had dinner in our garden last night at our outdoor seating, and it was glorious. Oh, I screwed the pooch there. What an idiot. Do you know what I did there? I saw a rest stop and I got truly excited and I've buggered. Come on. Come on. Let's get the map back. Oh no, no, no. Alright. Oh, come on. Alright, let's rest. Let's recover this catastrophe. We seem to have gotten away with the load getting damaged, but we did clip. That might well come back to haunt us. It might well mean that the load gets a bit damaged, and we get our 1% in the end, which will screw us out of our excellent. But that was bad. That was catastrophically bad. Speaking of catastrophically awful bad things, that was catastrophically bad driving from yours truly, so... yeah. Alright, so... engine off, parking brake on, let's rest. Oh, you know what this means? This means we're going to be driving at night. We're going to be dumping the load at night. Excellent. Oof. We got rest. We got some cash as well. Pavel got us some cash. Did Pavel level up? Nope, he didn't level up. Alright, let's careful. Let's see if anything Something's coming. So there was an update to Euro Truck recently. Let's go back down one. Sorry, going up a hill. One of the headline of the update was the change to the lighting, the vehicle lighting system. Not sure I agree with their assessment of how it works, but you know, it's their choice, it's their game. Just as I absolutely loathe the new noise for tills. What was wrong with the old bloody noise? It was perfectly fine. In fact, it was oh, you're kidding me. There's a rest stop I could have used just after the junction that I ploughed around like an absolute lunatic. Oh well. Such is life. So, 8.5 hours, just under. We've got 18 in which to do it. 13 hours and 20 minutes before we need a rest, so we should be absolutely fine. Magic darts. Although obviously 8 hours, what does that take us? That takes us to 9 AM. Actually no, 9 AM it should be daylight when we reach our destination, which means we'll be parking in the daytime. It does mean that you're going to have to put up with another 6 in-game hours of me staring at the at the dashboard and at my lights reflecting off the back of other vehicles. Oh, there's an exit there just for a gas station. Ah yes, we've been to that gas station, as you can see by the orange glow to the road, well, a sort of muddy yellow glow to the road. I'm tired. I'm not getting much sleep, actually. Well, I'm getting sleep, but I'm not getting much deep sleep, obviously, because I'm quite hot, and so my body's going, nah, sorry, mate. Sorry, if my head's twitching, is because I'm sipping water from the bottle that's on the desk. I've got a Camelback Chute, and that's spelled C-H-U-T-E. Not sponsored. I regret now advertising them. Bugger. Sorry, but it's a litre bottle with a sort of a screw cap thing on top of where you drink from, and yeah. It sits there in its litery goodness. And fills me with water. It's well over 32 ounces if you're an American. Ounces as a measure of fluid. Just don't understand how you can possibly measure fluid by weight, given that the density. Never mind. No, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. Oops. Sorry. Reposition myself to get myself more comfortable. And hopefully, I haven't disconnected my microphone. I didn't hear the boodling noise, which is a good sign. Although maybe that was just the audio finishing on Audacity. I don't know. We'll never know. Ehrenberg. Geez, we were in Ehrenberg recently. In fact, our last journey we drove from Ehrenberg to Reading. The hill kept us at the speed limit there. Did you spot that? So, The further palaver with my last Eurotruck video, aside from losing the audio, is when uploading it to YouTube, my computer decided to restart for an update part of the way through. Thanks so much. So I've got to delete the whole bloody thing and start again, which is, I believe the term is, sodding irritating. But there you go. I'm quite sticky. Sorry to keep talking about it, but it's the thing that's happening to me at the moment, and I can't help but talk about it. Oh, I've got to go in. There we go, right. Come on, come on. There we go. Right. £48,456. You're welcome. Still at 0% on the load, which is a relief. Really thought I'd ruined the chances of an excellent. Crikey, a lot of stuff is happening. Podcasts, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and my phone keeps notifying me every 5 minutes, which is fabulous. So I am going to almost certainly upgrade my phone, because my current phone is starting to feel its age. Where are we? It's 2 years old? Hang on, October. 2.5 years old. It'll be... yeah, January 2015, 16, 17. Yeah, it's 2.5 years old. Which I suppose, which isn't a great deal. I mean, I had my iPhone 4 for... crikey. 4 years? 4 years. I had my iPhone 4 for 4 years. And this was going to be my plan. I was going to be 4 years. But then the iPhone are releasing a special edition one in September to mark the 10th anniversary. I believe they are, anyway. I don't know what it's going to be called. The iPhone 8, the iPhone X, the iPhone anniversary. You know what? I don't care what it's called. I'm excited by a couple of things. I'm excited by a full large screen. The thing that sort of slightly saddens me a little bit is that they're only offering it in the one size, the smaller size, the current size of the smaller phone. But obviously, because the screen is going to be bigger, actually the screen's going to be bigger on the smaller phone than it is on the larger phone. No, I'm not going down there. Why would I go down there? Why the hell would I go down there? That doesn't make no bloody sense whatsoever. Stupid game. But the reason they can do this, the reason they can make it full screen, is they're following Samsung in getting rid of the physical home button. There's going to be a small indent at the top for the earpiece and for the, I think, possibly the front-facing camera, they might be getting rid of Touch ID and going with facial recognition, or I don't know. That would slightly worry me. Samsung get round it by having the touch thing on the back, but all of the leaked dummies for the new iPhone don't include that spot. Yeah, so I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but you know, I am slightly upset by having a smaller phone, but if the screen is bigger, then I suppose that's fine. And I have been without an iPad for about a year now. My iPad 3 died. I would like an iPad Pro, the large one. Obviously that's more money. That means it won't be this year, but the phone will be. Just yeah, I will have my phone on launch day. That much you can be certain. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. At the moment my screen keeps letting me down, and the screen problems don't seem to be an issue with the 7 in the way that they are with the 6. I've got a 6 Plus. So there's that. And I keep driving, slightly dipping into the other edge and causing traffic in that lane to slam their anchors on, which is kind of amusing. So I've not got to worry about resting, because I've still got 10 hours before I have to rest. I'm not worrying about getting there because I've got 14 hours and 40 minutes to do it. It should only take me 3 hours and 20, so I'm fine on both fronts. So there is that. Camp Verde, Flagstaff. I've been to both of those places. I think I might have to get over. Yeah, I've got to get over. Oh, income. Ludek. Ludek is my original driver. He's not making much money, you know. He's not making much money. I might dip in off camera and find out what his training regime is, and I might shift it to... I might have put it on long distance, and he might be all the way focused on full on long distance, and not doing anything else. And if that's the case, then I'll put him on balanced. If he's not, I might put him on long distance, because long distance, as far as I'm concerned, is the way forward when it comes to income generation, because it allows you a greater number of potential destinations to get to. Let's slow down. It's dropping. All I'm seeing is rest stops. Now that I don't need to bloody rest, all I'm seeing is rest stops. Yes. So I'm going to have a look and see what Ludek is set at. Whether he's at balanced or whether he is in fact set for long distance. It's like a horrible feeling I might have set him for long distance and then just forgotten to do anything about it. Let's keep it in 7th gear to keep us as close to 30 as possible. So we're actually relatively... Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming, but we're alright. We made a load of money. Charged. Sorry, I'm not speaking. There's this radio silence from me, and my apologies. Yes. I have 3 drivers in addition to myself. So like I said, that's how you start getting the empire growing. You sort of, let's go back to 7th. You start getting extra drivers, and then you're all contributing to the income, and then that allows you to require more trucks, garages, drivers. The good thing about having not having a map mod is that I don't have to worry about the number of drivers I put into a garage now. I just buy the garage and fill it. There should be enough drivers. Which is good. Still at 0. Yes. So, like I said, 3 drivers. I upgraded the garage as well. I spent some money upgrading the garage because initially the garage could only hold 3 drivers and there are 4 of us, so I had to do that. So that means I've got a slot in San Francisco for an additional driver. I am going to focus on upgrading this truck for the time being. A better engine, a longer wheelbase with a larger fuel tank, so I can go further without having to stop, which would be really useful. And yeah, and then my focus. I don't think I'm going to spend another penny on this truck. I don't really need to. I'm just waiting for the Volvo VNL. They advertised the game before it was released with that particular vehicle, and then it's not there. And it's like, come on, guys, this is your friendly neighborhood Volvo driver. I want to get me some Volvo action. Give me a Volvo. But yeah, no, I can't at the moment. So, oops, I don't know why I'm riding the rumble strip. But so yes, a Greyhound truck. I don't remember seeing one of those before. I must have. Just don't remember. Well, there you go. Yes. So, what was I talking about? I've completely lost my train of thought. Yes, so the Empire. So I've now got there's 4 of us making money, 4 of us contributing, which is twice as many as it was before, which means I should start making more money. It won't be twice as much because I'm making considerably more than Ludic was, and I don't think the other 2 drivers will be making as much as me, either of them. So it'll be maybe a quarter more, a quarter of what I'm earning more on top, rather than or maybe half as much again. Actually, maybe half as much again. So it should mean that I pick up money faster, which is always a good sign, which is always a good thing for the Empire. It means, I mean, I'm level 40. Am I 14, 15, 16, something like that. On journey number 48, I believe. So I'm nowhere near where I am in Eurotruck. I did start Eurotruck quite considerably longer ago. I'm trying to think. Maybe 2 years ago. 14. It was 14, so 15, 16, so 3 years ago. So the G27 Road Warrior series started 3 years ago. Well, they did have an 8-month hiatus when I got properly excited about American truck. Oops, sorry. Let's get over. So I would say 2.5 years realistically head start, and I hit level 30 last week on that, and I was getting I think at the stage now where I have 90 drivers and 24 garages, so I've got a lot of drivers earning a lot of money, but I'm at the stage in Euro Truck where I am earning enough from each journey that actually what I'm doing is I'm getting to a destination, and then off camera I'm buying the garage, I'm upgrading the garage to 5 berths, I'm buying 5 trucks, I'm putting 5 drivers in those trucks, and in fact I managed to because I went to Lambov, which is in Rustmap, and I'm not going to be buying it. I'm going to buy Moscow and St. Petersburg, but I'm not going to be buying any more, just because my concern is that I could spend all of this cash on those garages. Well, I'm buying the garages. I'm not upgrading them, and I'm not putting drivers in them, because I don't know what happens to those drivers when you don't have that map anymore, and my concern is that Rustmap could just cease to exist. Let's get on the right side of the road, and then I've lost all of those drivers and all of those tracks. That's why. So yes. So Pro Mods is different. Pro Mods it's a solid thing. It's survived some major traumas. It survived the trauma of Poland rebuilding. It's okay. Let's get that off. Okay. We're on a hill. Come on. It's not that steep a bloody hill. Ooh, that's tough. Thanks a bunch, guys. We can go up now. So where are we putting this load? Show me the load site. Okay, it's relatively straightforward. Just have to keep it straight. There we go. Boom. Alright, that was easy. So, parking brake on, engine off. Let's see what we got. Well, thank goodness we got an excellent. We drove 999 miles. It took us 29 hours and 5 minutes in game. We consumed 171.6 gallons, all of which rewarded us with gave us a base reward of $35,907 and 1,608 XP. We got a proficiency bonus for level 17 of, there you go, we're level 17, $6,104. We got a long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 4 of $5,296, and 402 XP. You've got a high value cargo bonus for skill rank 6 of $10,592 and 289 XP, and a bonus for parking trailer of a hardly worth it 15 XP. All of this gives us a grand total of $57,899 and 2,314 XP. And guess what? We leveled up. We smashed level 17. We smashed into level 18, and in fact we smashed our way halfway up level 18. So we're actually very much on our way to level 19. This is fantastic news. So our Digger 500 delivery from Reading to Tucson really helped us out. So this means that the Stateside Road Warrior has a lifetime experience of 38,044 XP. I got really excited there. 58? Are you kidding me? 38,044 XP. The new target is 39,900, and we're well on our way. We're more than halfway. I do seem to recall we were so close to level 18 actually that you could barely see the sliver that was required to get us over. So I think we might get to a sliver or get to level 19 in our next journey. You never know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Whether you watched a minute or whether you watched from beginning to end, thank you for riding shotgun with me. If you liked this video, please click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then please click that subscribe button. If you want to be reminded when one of my videos goes up, click the little bell symbol next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification when one of my videos goes live. And if you know any friends who you think might enjoy these videos, then if you want to, you can tell them. You don't have to, no obligation. And as always, until I see you in the next video, I will see you on the road.